this master class on the session of developing the concept of halal tourism. My name is Muhammad Al-Tubari. I have been this former Secretary General of Muslim Council of Britain. So it's a privilege for me to facilitate this session. We have, alhamdulillah, two renowned speakers on this area. And I travel a lot, but I am not expert on this, so I'll learn from the brothers. We have brothers, Mr. Fazal Bahardeen, Chief Executive Officer, Crescentrating, Republic of Singapore, and Enver, Cebi, General Manager, Crescent, United Kingdom. I'll just give a brief introduction of the speakers, then each one of you will be speaking for around 25 minutes. We will start 10 minutes late, so that we can develop some questions and answer at the end, so that we can finish at 3:25. Okay. Now, Fazal Bahardeen is the founder and CEO of Crescentrating. We set up the world's first travel portal dedicated to the halal conscious travelers and launched its rating or Crescentrating system to rate travel and tourism services for their halal friendliness. Prior to this, he was with Alcatel Crescent, where he held senior management roles based in Europe and Asia. During this period, he also served as a member of board of directors of Alcatel Fujitsu joint venture for 3G technology and was a member of Alcatel University Asia Pacific International Branch Advisory Board. A pioneer in the development of the halal-friendly travel sector, he has spoken at many international conferences and has been quoted and interviewed extensively in the media worldwide. He also has conducted exclusive workshops for the travel industry players in a number of countries on how to cater to the growing segment of Muslim travelers. Fazal completed the executive program from Stanford University and National University of Singapore, strategic leadership development program from Ashridge Management School and International Management in telecoms industry from London Business School. He has an international master's in management from Management School of Lyon and Alcatel University, in addition to the master's degree in computer applications and bachelor's degree in telecommunication engineering from the Beijing University of Post and Telecommunications. Fazal has also a diploma in Islamic banking and finance from the International Islamic University of Malaysia. Wow, lot of things. Now, Enver Cebi. Enver Cebi is the general manager and co-founder of Crescentours.com. He has a diploma in business administration with honors. He completed his executive MBA from Birmingham City University in strategic management. Enver's academic research works were in innovation management subject with focus on halal holidays business. Enver has over 10 years of management experience in travel and tourism sector. For several years, he worked in management positions in established UK-based mainstream tour operators before he founded Crescent Tours. In 2009, he and a group of visionary Muslims with senior management experience from travel and top FTSE blue chip companies came together to realize the Crescent Tours vision. Holidays with an Islamic ethos. Since then, Crescent Tours has established a reputation as the world's leading independent halal tourism specialist, offering online booking facility for halal leisure holidays and Islamic heritage tours. Crescent Tours is a global brand with a state-of-the-art information website and sophisticated online booking engine, which provides its customers full unbiased information and allows booking their dream halal holidays online, fully tailored to their individual needs. Enver lives in Halal, United Kingdom. He can be contacted. I think that should be shown in there in the screen. So first of all, can I request Mr. Fazal Bahardeen, Chief Executive Officer, Crescentrating, Republic of Singapore, to speak around 25 minutes. Sorry, I think both of you should come and take your seat. That would be the best. Because you can see from there. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much for the introductions. Assalamu alaikum and afternoon to all of you. We were afraid at 2 o'clock there was nobody here, so we were wondering whether we were going to talk way into your audience. But anyway, thank you very much for making your time.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is next 25 minutes as suggested, I'm going to take you through more of an overall picture of what this industry is all about and what needs to be done, what are the other destinations doing in order to cater to the Muslim travelers. If you notice here, my title of this session was Developing the Concept of Halal Travel. A number of reasons, many reasons, me personally and Crescentrating as a company, we have not really comfortable with using the term halal travel or Sharia compliant travel or things like that. So we try and reduce the impact of that by using something in between halal friendly or Muslim friendly. Because for me, halal and leisure, tying it together is really strong from a theological point of view. Anyway, so get this over with. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. Since I have forgotten my watch, then if you can just remind me how I'm doing with my time.
There's a clock in front of you.
Oh, there is a clock in front of me.
I'll remind you.
Oh, you have?
Okay.
Oh, okay, wonderful. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, just take you through some numbers, why it's important to start looking at this segment, how, to develop this, your capabilities in the destination, hotel or whatever it is in order to cater to this segment, and what some destinations are doing. So that's basically what I'm going to talk about. Before that, let me briefly tell a little bit about what Crescentrating and where we are and what we are doing. We basically started sometime in 2007. That's when we have started registering our domain name crescentrating.com with the intention of starting what we are doing right now. We basically at some point in time in 2007 coined this term halal friendly travel, which however much I say or I do, the media always drops the friendly part of the story and always says halal travel. We launched, as it was introduced, we launched the Crescentrating.com as a travel portal in sometime in October 2009, followed by our rating system, which is probably the only rating system in the world now, which rates travel services on how friendly are they towards the Muslim travelers. Where we are today, we basically have two sets of services. One which is targeted at the industry, B2B services, rating and ranking. That's what we do mostly for the B2B services. We rate travel services on how friendly are they towards Muslim travelers. Also, we have our annual ranking. If you have gone to our website, it's also reported in the media. We release annual ranking of halal-friendly holiday destinations and also annual ranking of halal-friendly airports and all that. We also do research consultancy and training to the travel industry, mainly to tourism boards. So these are mainly for the B2B activities that we do. And B2C, we building information and services to help Muslim travelers make educated choices in terms of planning their trips. Other than the website, we also released a mobile application. I'll talk about it a little bit later on, the world's first application for in-flight travel prior calculations. As we move on with the presentation, I'll just explain a little bit more on that. And we're pretty much known in the industry for what we're doing. I'm the CEO of the company, and here in front of me is Danny Bolduc, who is the COO, also speaks French, by the way, if anybody wants to talk in French too. Okay. Why bother looking at this segment? I think we heard a lot the last few days, and yesterday at least, about the Islamic banking industry. Everybody talks about the Islamic banking industry. Sukuks, 200 billion worth of sukuks that was launched. It is definitely the biggest industry when it comes to targeting the Muslim consumers, no doubt about it. But there's life beyond Islamic banking as well. When you look at the Muslim consumer market, there are a lot of things Muslim consumers are looking for, which is not out there in, serviced by the businesses. I mean, the halal food, of course, was not mentioned. If you go to any conference on Muslim halal or whatever it is, you hear two things: it's Islamic banking, halal food. But there's many things beyond that, the cosmetics industry, the pharmaceutical industry. In our opinion, the travel industry will have the biggest impact when it comes to faith-based marketing. Yeah. released a report last year, which is the world's first report on Muslim travel market, where we estimated that by in 2012, the Muslims spent about $131 billion worth of travel expenditure. By 2020, they will be spending close to $200 billion, which is about 13.5% of the overall travel expenditure, worldwide travel expenditure, which is huge. I mean, you can, I keep saying, you cannot consider a market which is already 13-14% of the worldwide market, calling it a niche market anymore. They are a mainstream market, and they have to be treated as a mainstream market. If you go to our website, you can download the executive summary for our report, which gives a good understanding of the numbers related to this market segment. Yeah? Where are these travelers coming from? A very basic background, a breakdown of them. Amazingly, not many people realize that non-OIC countries in the travel sector represent almost 25% of the expenditure, like UK, like Germany, like France. There are plenty of Muslims doing traveling as well, so they represent about 25% of the Muslim travel expenditure, and the rest of the 75% is broken down basically half between the GCC countries and the other OIC countries. I assume everybody is familiar with GCC and OIC. When I go to presentations in many parts of the world, they don't know what OIC and GCC is all about. You are aware of that.
What is OIC? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know what is OIC?
No,
that's
OIC.
very interesting. That's Organization of Islamic Conference, I think it's called. Cooperation. No, that's called GCC. Conference of Cooperation, whatever it is, which is comprising of, I thought 57, but yesterday I keep hearing 56. I don't know which one I missed or which one they missed. If you go to their website, they say it's 57 countries. So, as I said, it's about 131 billion that they spent in 2012. And what's interesting for a lot of destinations is to understand how this 130 billion was spent among the Muslim countries and non-Muslim countries. And interestingly, it was 50-50. 50% of the expenditure was done in Muslim countries and 50% of them that was done in the non-Muslim countries. So it is really interesting to see that Muslims are more and more becoming comfortable in traveling to other parts of the world and exploring other parts of the world. Which is, I think, for many destinations, especially, we do a lot of work with Australia, New Zealand, and all that. It's very interesting for them to understand that, look, Muslims are not only traveling to Muslim countries, they are also wanting to explore other destinations. Yeah? If you are interested in targeting this market, these 15 countries represent almost 70% of the Muslim travel expenditure. As I said, GCC, the 6 countries of GCC, although their Muslim population is, I don't know, 4 or 5% of the world's population, they represent 37% of the global Muslim expenditure. Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore represent about 10%. Turkey, Iran actually almost represent 16% of the Muslim travel expenditure. Turkey and Iran are very important outbound markets. Germany, France, UK, Belgium, a lot of people don't know that they have huge Muslim populations. Not only for travel, I keep saying this, they are an important consumer segment way beyond travel in other sectors as well. So that was on numbers briefly. What I'm going to do next is to try and go into the next topic, which is how do you, what are these travelers looking for, and how can you cater to the needs of these travelers? Obviously, they are very diverse markets. The traveler from Middle East is not the same as the traveler from Indonesia, but they all have very strong common shared values, which is what I think makes them look, which is why the destination can start looking at them as one whole travel segment. And more of them are beginning to make purchasing decisions, not only in travel, but beyond travel. Faith is influencing them in terms of their purchasing decisions, whether it's Islamic banking, food, or even other sectors. I said diverse markets, shared values. Of course, when it comes to faith, it's a very strong shared value. Dietary requirements, very, very strong. It's shared across no matter which part of the world you're coming from. There are other shared values when it comes to other lifestyle requirements. Strong sense of community. I'm not going to go through all that. What I'm going to focus on is that what this means to the travel industry. What these two means to the travel industry, because those two has an impact on the travel industry. That's what I'm going to talk about. Look at this. This is a chart. This is a. Anybody knows Pew Research? Okay, just one person knows that. So Pew Research is one of the leading research companies in the US. They have one separate section which is mainly dealing with faith-based research. If you want to know anything about faith-based research, you should go and visit their website. They have very good reports on faith-based research. So this is one of their research papers. I think it was released last year on observance of 5 pillars of Islam by I think they covered 39 countries. It's not probably not a surprise for all of you, but for some they are. 97% say that they believe in the first pillar. 93 say they observe fasting. 77 say they pay zakat. 63 and so on. When it comes to the travel industry, the two most things which are going to impact you is the fasting part to a certain extent, but more importantly, the 63%, which is related to the people who say that they are performing their 5 times a day salah. There is also impact on that market, which is Hajj. They perform Hajj. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because it's a whole topic by itself. But these have impacts on the travel industry. I'm going to talk a little bit what these impacts are. The second impact is this has impacts far beyond the travel industry. Of course, we all know that the requirement to consume halal. Unfortunately, a lot of us forget the second part of the commandment, which is to eat tayyib. Especially the halal food industry conveniently drops that part of the story. So this has impact on the travel industry. So these are the 2 or 3 areas I'm going to touch upon in what the travel industry has to do. Again, there are so many differences if you look at this market, diverse cultures, diverse locations, different levels of adherence to the faith and all that. I'm not going to cover anything on that because this section really has to be covered segment by segment, Malaysia, Indonesia, whatever you want to target. Yeah? Okay, so what we have done is in order to make it simpler, especially for the travel industry to understand the requirements of the Muslim travel market, what we have done is we have segregated or categorized these requirements into 3 categories. Need to have, good to have, and nice to have. So need to have is what I say is that if you really can't cater some level of facilities or services when it comes to food and prayers, don't bother targeting this market. You're wasting your time and money, do something else. Yeah. Good to have is regarding the water usage, which is sometimes very difficult for me to explain to a non-Muslim audience. I have some photos to explain that. And Ramadan services and facilities. Nice to have when it comes to services and facilities with doesn't have non-halal activities, recreational facilities which are with privacy for males and females. And I don't have the time to touch on the last 2 sections. I'm going to just focus on the first 4 sections in order to get you a view of what it takes to cater to the Muslim travelers. Once again, what we have done is we have built this model to show that these 6 areas are applicable across the value chain. It is from the airport to your transport systems, to accommodation, and to even your end product, which is going to be either attractions or whatever it is. So, clear example is that I keep saying this many times, but maybe I'll tell it next chart. So it's applicable, whatever I said, 6, it is applicable across the whole value chain of the travel experience. Okay. Halal assurance, just before I go, for those who may not know, halal assurance when it comes to food, manufacturing restaurants, it's certified by the local halal authority, right? I just want to show this so that should tell you where we fit in. Islamic banking, as you know, is done by each bank. They have a Sharia board which stamps on whether this is halal or not, or whatever it is. When it comes to the tourism industry, what we do is we do not give a halal stamp or non-halal stamp. We do a rating, because it's in the recreation or lifestyle industry, you really can't put a stamp and say this is halal and this is not halal. So we have gone the path of rating services so that it becomes easier for people to make their decisions. Okay. Food assurance, there are two types of food assurance. One is certification by a food authority and self-assurance. I can tell you, if you talk to more and more Muslims, at least from our part of the world, Southeast Asia, they are getting more and more reluctant with self-assurance because there's so much of fraud happening in the food industry. You don't know whether you're eating horse meat or beef these days. So, you know, even the guys who cook in the kitchen don't know what they are cooking. So, you know, even if they say, you know, I cook halal food, they really have no clue what they're cooking. Sorry?
Don't scare us.
But that's the reality. That's the reality, because I talk to a lot of destinations, hotels, and I won't scare you because otherwise you won't eat in the hotel. Okay. But you know, I keep telling this, you know, food for Muslims is way beyond, you know, just a good thing to have, because it has spiritual implications on us. So it's so important that, you know, they make sure that we get halal food. What can you have? You can, as a destination, I keep telling them you can have halal certified restaurants, you can have halal certified kitchens. I'm not going to go through details because we're running out of time. There are many options that a destination can try and provide Muslim travelers to make them comfortable in the area of halal food. No big news for you, all of you, because this is a presentation I make for sometimes a different audience. The salat has an impact on the travel industry, a huge impact. So I'm not going to talk about this one. The most important thing, in my opinion, is this one. You know what Muslim community as a community are good at? No other community can do. They can stand on one leg and wash their legs high up here. That's unfortunate reality. I don't think any other community, as a community, can stand beat us on. So yeah, I think it's a real problem. I mean, look at Excel here. I mean, you want to do wudu, you have trouble. You know, I mean, you really have to be a gymnast to do it. I keep telling this to airports and hotels and all these guys, you know, keep giving this joke, you know, nowadays, if you go to an airport, you know, with a beard, you're in the washroom, one leg up on the sink, one leg down, somebody walks in, you know, you're already in a certain bias, you know, and you see this guy doing something, you're in real trouble. So yeah, but I think the good news is that especially airports are doing a good job. I was at Perth Airport about 3-4 weeks ago, and when I went into the prayer room at the Perth Airport, there was this board, and that's another, yeah. There was this board in front of this door saying, we are closed for renovation, opening on the 1st of November, and the renovated prayer room will have foot wash. That was really good news, because the next thing was, I thought it's such a good thing, let me take a photograph. And then I thought, look, with a beard taking a photograph in an airport is not a good idea. So anyway, I think that's the biggest issue when it comes to travel industry. You know, they need to try and solve this issue, especially in public places. I mean, you know, Excel is a good example of that. So that has implications on travel industry. Not going to do that. What we also did in terms of prayer time, just to go back a little bit on what we do. So prayer times on land is very easy nowadays. You know, there are 105 apps about that. So we released an app for in-flight prayer times about I think 2 months ago. So if you're flying next time from any place to another place, you know, download this app. It will tell you the prayer times in flight and also the prayer direction. It is one of the most downloaded apps in the Muslim travel as a Muslim travel app now. Downloaded by more than 90 countries. Yep. Yeah, so these are tough one for me. So I keep, when I explain, we need water in the washroom, they ask, for what? Can we give a basin? I said, no, it doesn't work like that. So I say, so I made this presentation to a South African audience a few months ago, and this radio broadcaster from SABC, which is South African Broadcasting Corporation, came to me and said, look, Fazal, it's a very nice idea. I'm a radio journalist. How can I explain this in radio? I said, look, I have no idea how you're going to explain. These are my photos, use whatever you can. Okay. And the next thing in the top four categories is the ability to cater to the Muslims during the month of Ramadan. And a lot of destinations are especially targeting the Muslims during the month of Ramadan, like Queensland tourism. If you go to their website, they say, come to Queensland, it's cooler because it's in July, it's winter in Australia. So, and if you look at Switzerland, they have workshops actually before Ramadan, educating the travel industry on how to cater to the Muslim travelers during Ramadan. We have an e-book on, if you are hoteliers, please go to our website, you can download an e-book which says how to cater to Muslim travelers in your hotel during Ramadan. Something okay? Danny? 5 minutes, okay. So that's to recap. I just went through the first four things. I don't have really time to go through the last two. That's the basis of our rating system. So we rate travel industry services based on the 6 categories that I talked about. We rate on a scale of 1 to 7, 7 being the highest on how good they are in catering to Muslim travelers. So, in terms of hotel rating, I'm going to skip this. So we don't have time. We also do we release annual ranking. We have done it for the 3rd year this year. We do it in January of each year. We'll do it again next January. The top, halal friendly holiday destinations ranking, shopping destinations and airports, pretty widely covered. The ranking has been covered by in the media. This year we also did a score out of 10 for 50 countries. If you go to our website, you will see how different countries stand in our criteria of how they are catering to the Muslim travelers as a holiday destination. Quickly, in 2 or 3 minutes I have, what destinations are doing. If you go to Queensland, it's probably one of the really aggressive tour destination companies who are targeting the Muslim market. Queensland, anybody gone to Gold Coast? So they have been very aggressively marketing themselves to the Muslim market for some years now. If you go to their, you see there, that's their press release which they did last year. They have special arrangements during the month of Ramadan. It's free iftar actually in Hilton, and prayer rooms in the theme parks that they have. It's a very top holiday destinations anyway. Okay. Thailand has been targeting this market for some time. This report, if you it's too small, but it is 2009. So 2009, they was asking the operators in Thailand to start looking at this market. I'm taking all the non-Muslim country examples because Muslim countries take it for granted that Muslims will come, which is not true. They're not doing much actually. So Thailand is a good example of targeting this segment. A lot of things they're doing. And recently Japan has been extremely aggressively targeting this market. They also released the Muslim travel guide for Japan along with us. If you go to our website, you can download it and see what they're talking about Japan. Japan is a tough place for a Muslim to go. If you have been to Japan 2-3 years ago, anybody been to Japan? Okay, how was it easier as a Muslim? It's tough, right?
Even sushi.
Absolutely, even sushi is a problem.
Yeah.
Sashimi is a problem.
Yeah.
Everything comes with sake anyway.
Exactly.
But they are changing. I mean, they're aggressively targeting Muslims. They just took away visa requirements for Malaysia and Indonesia because they want to target this market. Taiwan I did some work with them. There again, Taiwan has only 50,000 Muslims out of 22 million population. They are extremely aggressively targeting the Muslim market. New Zealand, we did some workshops with them last year. Again, looking at how to target the Muslim market. I think I'm running out of time, so I'm going to the workshop I did for Western Australia last year. So there are some destinations like Western Australia and New Zealand, the early stages of understanding these markets. So what they're asking us to do is to try and educate the industry there on this market segment, both in terms of the potential, the opportunity, and also how to cater to them. So we do a lot of work with these tourism boats. Yeah, I think there's opportunities in the whole value chain. There is, oh, I have 5 more minutes, that's fine, that's good. As I said, it's just not on just one sector. And also, I keep telling destination, it's not about making sure that you have halal food in the restaurant. You know, if you want somebody to spend 6 hours in a shopping mall, you better have a prayer facility and halal food. Otherwise, you know, you won't have them for 5, 6, 7 hours. You know, you won't have it. I don't know whether they have. I'm sure in London there are. In Singapore, in Malaysia, there are shopping malls you can spend 4 or 5 hours. But if you want that to happen, you need to have facilities for them to keep them there. You know? If you have a theme park, if you don't have the facilities in a theme park, I don't know whether Legolands and these have. And I don't think even Heathrow has a wudu facility there. I know that there is a prayer room. Not wudu?
Yes.
Right. Right, okay. But I couldn't find it actually. Okay. So you need to try and, as if you are a destination, you need to try and look at how you can cater to them across the whole value chain, starting from the airport to your transport terminals, and your final attractions and other activities that you want the traveler to go and spend their time and money. At the end of the day, you don't want a traveler to come to your city and spend half a day trying to find where to eat. So it's a lost opportunity. And I have done it many times. Although I have a travel website which tells you exactly where to find halal food and all that, I personally don't do it because I want to experience how a traveler will feel when they go to a destination. So I go to a destination and try and find out, can I eat halal food? And recently I went to a place and it was tough, you walk up and down and you're not sure. The only thing which sounds like halal is a kebab shop run by our good friends, Turkish friends or Lebanese friends. But then you have to make a good guess and talk to them and find out, and then it's not easy. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Time, I believe, and we'll probably have some time later to take your questions, inshallah. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for attending our presentation. Actually, our agenda is going to be these topics, but Mr. Bahardeen already discussed the first part of our agenda, which is Muslim tourism market potential. And then I'm going to go very quickly about this topic. So that's mainly about statistics. What I'm going to focus on is the concept of halal holidays, and especially focusing on beach resorts. What do you mean by halal beach resorts? So just very quickly about the statistical parts of Muslim tourism markets. Yes, global Muslim population is 1.6 billion people, a major niche market, population expected to grow, increasing spending power, and Muslim tourism expenditure, actually this is for outfunding tourism, which is 141 billion US dollar, and that's their cross-country expenditures, which means like Malaysians traveling to UK or Russians traveling to Turkey. That's not includes Russians traveling to Russia So if we include that, it's even bigger actually. And when we say Muslim tourism expenditure in outbounding, most of the people think it's about religious tours, but this is not about religion mostly. It's just the religion part, which is Hajj and Umrah, the pilgrimage, just $9 billion US, which is about 7% of total expenditure. So mainly it's leisure, city hotels, traveling, and yeah, Muslim tourism, it's about the outbounding tourism. It's about 10%, more than 10% of global outbounding tourism expenditure, which is $1 trillion US, and 78% of that actually is coming from Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It's Muslim countries, we say, and 22% is from Western Muslim minority countries, and like 25% of top 20 growth countries in tourism expenditure between 2005 and 10 is from Organization of Islamic Countries, which is about 57 countries. Yeah, if we compare this with the Western other countries, the global Muslim expenditure, like Germany is one of the, not one of the, it's the largest outbound tourism expenditure, and the global Muslim expenditure is higher than that. It's even twice big as China's travel expenditure, tourism expenditure. The source countries is Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and UAE, and non-Muslim countries, OE countries. It's mainly Western Europe, and I would just point this Russian Federation as well. It's about 20 million Muslim people lives in Russia. It's about 15% of the total population, actually. And we recently launched our Russian website as well for Russian Muslim customers. And this is the another thing about the regional breakdown of global Muslim outbound travel expenditure is mainly it's Middle East and North Africa countries and Gulf countries, which is GCC, and Western Europe. Actually, from country to country, the Muslim, the culture of holidays is different actually. Like in Western Europe, Muslims, they prefer more to go on leisure beach resorts, where the GCC countries, they prefer more sightseeing and city tours because they have enough beach in their own countries, so they would like to just visit for sightseeing European countries. Muslim tourism expected annual growth about 5%, which is more than the mainstream tourism expenditure, and by 2020 it's expected $200 billion US. Yeah, that's the sum up of the statistics. Now it's about concept of halal holidays, what we mean by halal holidays or halal friendly holidays, as Mr. Bahardeen said. There is no specific definition for halal holidays actually, which is we say it's mainly perceived as a tourism product which comply with the Islamic norms, the hospitality service which comply with Islamic norms. And Crescent Tours has been a pioneer of halal holidays. The concept for the beach resorts especially. It's been 5 years, and we launched it in the UK first, and through some PR campaigns, newspapers, like the mainstream newspapers, we gave the message that there is a holiday for Muslims as well to go for leisure. And the main criteria for religious Muslims, requirements, they are mainly, the most important part is food. Must be halal. This point. Okay. And there are some other things as well, like leisure part, which is, we also say, segregations for dedicated for women leisure facilities, like spa facilities and swimming pools. The other thing is, the third part is prayer rooms, prayer racks, qibla direction in rooms. These are most important. So there was actually it started in 2007 when Euromonitor International, which is one of the global intelligent markets organization, said report released at 2007 World Travel Market here in London says that there is a potential for booming halal tourism in the Middle East. And then Guardian, they published an article, The Birth of Halal Holidays, depicted. And there was it said modern rich women are packing their bikinis thanks to the growth of in halal companies with Islamic values. And it started from that time, people started called halal holidays. In different parts of the world, the hotels existed that time, but they didn't call themselves halal hotels or halal holidays. It's the Western world, they named this as halal holidays. CNN, with Muslim tourist spending growing faster than the global rate, halal tourism is being called travel's largest untapped niche market. And I'd like to emphasize this part, it's untapped niche market really, because it's a niche market, but it's a massive market. And The Economist recently published an article in one of the famous business economics magazine, and they mentioned that services such as halal holidays are booming. Crescent tours books clients into resort hotels in Turkey that have dedicated swimming pools for women and no alcohol policies and halal restaurants. Crescent Tours is the leading global online booking service provider. I mean, it's actually not shown. I don't know what it has the website halalbooking.com, and this is a very innovative and sophisticated booking service online, which is the current web page is this one on the right side, where it is it's a deeply analytical company. What means we are very relevant to our Muslim customers. We need to provide services, what they value, the product, what they need, and we are. In summary, we are in 15 countries. We have local call centers, 6 currencies on our website, 3 languages, and expected to be 7 languages. It is just going by automatically itself. There is something wrong with the slide. Can I go back or? So, in 15 countries, we have local call centers, 6 currencies, 3 languages, and we expect to have 7 languages by January 2014. And it's not just a website Google translation. We have dedicated team working on these projects, and it's also a cultural matter. For each culture, they have different terminologies. For instance, in Turkey, they don't call halal holidays these hotels. Also, these hotels mainly exist in Turkey. They try to avoid these words. They call it conservative holidays or alternative holidays. So we have, for each language, we have dedicated team working on each region. And halalbooking.com, Crescentrating's online booking website for halal holidays, which where we categorized. Can we go back? Through our experience in 5 years, we categorized these holidays in 4 major categories. The most popular one is beach resorts, and we have city breaks, city hotels, and private villas, and health resorts, which is thermal resorts. We also have 5th category actually, which is tailor-made heritage package tours. I'll go through one by one. What do we mean by city hotels? What's the criteria for a hotel to be listed under our city hotels? The main thing is halal food, of course, and the hotel has got non-alcohol beverages, and family-friendly environment. Others like Qibla direction, prayer rugs, and etc. Also in our booking system, we do offer for each of our city hotels extras like daily tours or airport transfers. So when a customer books online on our booking system, which is not other booking online global booking companies provide this, once they choose their hotel, they are able to see the optional extras, such as they can book daily tour. For instance, a customer booking a hotel, a halal hotel in Istanbul, they select their hotel. On the next stage, they can select Ottoman heritage tour or Bosphorus cruise for 1 day, or pick up from the airport. So this is all in one booking. The next category is beach resort, which is the most popular one among our categories. And again, it's halal food is the important part, no alcohol. But the distinguished feature about these hotels, they have dedicated spa facilities and pools, swimming pools for women only. And even some hotels, they manage to provide women-only beaches, which is not visible from outside of the beach. And it's only women are allowed to that part. Even security, there are women, and the women with cameras, they are not allowed to go inside. That's the this is the mainly existing hotels in Turkey, and they started in Turkey. I believe it's because of the travel culture of Turkish people. And they have lots of to offer for Western tourists before, and they have experience. They just started for Turkish market first. Now through Crescent tours, they try to internationalize this, and there are around 40 hotels in Turkey, beach resort hotels offering these services. About 10 years ago, it was about 7-8 hotels. The next category is private villas, where we just this year started this category. The distinguished feature of this category is we offering those villas where the pool and sun-basing area of the pool is not visible from outside. So we only select, and we have dedicated team in our in Turkey and in other countries to visit these places and to make sure the sunbathing area and the pool area is not visible from outside, 100%. To make sure that a Muslim family, they can enjoy their holiday, they have privacy as well. This is something going, we have about 20 villas at the moment, but for the 2014, we're trying to expand it to 60 villas, and even we're thinking about non-Muslim countries as well in Western world. We have, for instance, villas in Malta, Malta, Iceland, and this is about 10 villas there. We do also provide in those countries halal food as well through our local companies. Another category is health and thermal resorts, which is very similar to our beach resorts, and but instead of beach, they offer thermal facilities, health treatment facilities, and they have thermal pools, mountain pools, and some therapies. It is also very popular in Turkey, and it's a new product. We expect about 30 hotels in Turkey and, for the 2014, and especially with these hotels, customers, they can go any time of the year. It doesn't have to be in summertime. These hotels are open 12 months. Same criteria as halal food, dedicated thermal facilities for women only and families. Yeah, this is the breakdown of our holiday types, which is the beach resorts, about 65% of our total sales. And it is especially very popular among Western countries, Western Muslim countries. Like we started mainly in the UK, but now about expanding in other countries through our call centers and the local marketing teams. We have about more customers that are in other countries than the UK at the moment. As I said, Russia is one of the another big market for us, and expanding to GCC and North African countries as well. That's then we have city breaks about 10%, and it's because of we also offer tours in every city. And private villas is about, it's a new product, but I believe this will be as popular as beach resort in the near future. Because private villas are more for quite relaxing places, and with this beautiful landscape and sea views, but at the same time offering privacy for Muslim families. This is, for instance, one of the hotels in Turkey, opened actually last year. It's a massive investment, $1 billion invested on this small peninsula. The name is Angel's Peninsula. Can you go back, please? That hotel has been awarded as by Travel Award in 2012, the most luxury Sharia compliant hotel of the year. That area you see, it's a beach dedicated for women only, and a pool for women only as well. It is surrounded by some portable walls, and it's not visible by others. This is another hotel in Turkey. It's famous by its spa and indoor facilities, pool facilities like heated pools and spa facilities, and they have again separate women only and families only pools even indoor. The hotel has got even on the top floor terrace, they have got dedicated women only pool where women can go by lift from their rooms actually. This is one of our new hotels. On this picture you can see actually clearly on the right side there is another beach, and which is separated from the main beach, family beach. That beach is dedicated for women only, and even they managed to to put something on the sea, as you can see, to make it is not visible from seaside as well. If there is a boat passing over there, they can't see the beach. This is one of the 5-star hotels in Turkey. So in halalbooking.com, with our halalbooking.com website, it's what we offer. The main features, it's the online booking service, end-to-end service. The main features are instant booking confirmation. So we worked closely with our hotels. So you can book your hotel directly online. Once you make the payment, you receive online booking voucher, booking confirmation for your booking. Then maximum room occupancy rules, and that's the in case of holidays, as you know, Muslim families with children, and also a global online booking system developed very well, but that main global online booking system are mainly designed for city hotels. So they are unable to calculate each room occupancy for each family, like 2 adults with 3 children. Because we so focused on our hotels, we designed our booking system for our customers. So if a room type doesn't fit for the number of people entered, then the system doesn't show this. That this room is not applicable for this number of people, so it shows another alternative room for this. Precise all-inclusive pricing. Most of the resort hotels are all-inclusive meal board, but at the same time, the family configuration, like mainly the mainstream booking websites, what they do actually, they try to push the customers like showing the low price, but the room is not fit for the number of people. So if the customer put as 3 adults or 2 children for a booking, and they show one price, the cheapest price, but that room is only for 2 adults or 2 people. So when they go there and they other unexpected extra fees, or the room is not available for you. But what we did, we precisely, we have a special dedicated IT team who, with the algorithms, we precisely make sure that the room calculation is the most accurate, and it includes everything. So like VAT charges or extra city charges, and etc. And also another feature is up-to-date room availability. All the hotels on our booking system, up-to-date room availability, and it is related to the hotel's booking system. So whatever they put on stop sales or whatever, the customer, they can see what's available, what room types available and which are not available for the resort. So they don't need to call the hotel or ask for whatever. This is our actually booking side of our website. When you click on book online, we see the 4 main categories, starting from accommodation. You can book either just accommodation only by selecting your holiday type, which is either resort, sun and beach, as I mentioned, or city hotels, or villas, private villas. Then we have package side, where you can include flights as well for your booking. Package side actually not available for every countries. Most of the European countries is available to book all the packages with flights. And we have 2 centers, which is most of the online booking sites, the mainstream, they don't offer 2-center type of holidays. In our 2 centers, you can combine in one booking a city hotel and with a resort hotel. So let's say from the UK, someone traveling to Turkey, they want to see Istanbul as well as a sightseeing, and then leisure side, which is relaxing holidays or the beach resort. So they choose their city hotel, and some extras like daily tours, and they add on another 7 or 5 days, let's say, one of the coastal resorts. They put the number of adults and children, the system will show automatically how many, what hotels available and what's the best price. Yeah, and as a Crescent Tours, we like to help with the halal tourism in destination countries. We work closely with many brands and chains in popular chains in GCC, especially in Morocco, Egypt, Dubai, to support the idea of beach resorts, to promote this. There are some chain companies actually they now starting to invest in beach resorts, and inshallah in 2014, 2015 there will be more beach resorts outside of Turkey as well. So we mainly try to support with the design of your hotel, or support with the heritage tours, the tour operators, and marketing your brand in international media, marketing to our customer base in 30 plus countries, selling via our state-of-art online booking system, and I will be also, I'm happy to answer any questions, and also I believe tomorrow there will be a business networking event. You can, I will be there. If anyone has questions, you can approach me individually, or here's also my contact details for the UK if you need anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, both the speakers, Mr. Fazal Bahardeen of Crescentrating and Enver Cebi from Crescent Tours. I think I learned quite a lot. It's informative, insightful, interesting, and there's a lot of information that these two speakers have given to us. Now we have around 12-13 minutes, so I take a few questions from here and then a few from there. So can I see the hands from this area, from this side first? On any other? I just want to know how many. Okay. Yes.
I want to know how halal friendly is France, because we are Muslim. I live in Paris, and it's very difficult to even find halal restaurant. I don't think there is a prayer room in Bahardeen or boats. So, what is your opinion about France, and how can we adjust the country for Muslim?
France as a destination, or as a destination? As we expanding here to Europe as well, we in search of hotels, city hotels, where they have halal food and non-alcohol beverages. And, but mainly our hotels at the moment is outside of Europe at the moment as a city hotels. There's hotels in Bosnia we offer, and heritage tours. But in France at the moment we don't operate, but we welcome any hotels to collaborate with us and to market those hotels to our customers. But as a market, France, we're launching our French website in January, and we have dedicated team for, we know in France there are about 5 million Muslim population, and there will be booking system in French, and call center, which is local number for the French customers.
answer to your question will be available in our next ranking, because in the ranking that we did this year, France was not in the 50 countries that we gave a rank. Your answer will be available in our next release, which we will include France.
Can I see hands from that side? Yes. One, two, yes.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Adil Atia. I'm from the Swiss Arab Network in Switzerland. My basic question is, we heard in your presentation that you have fixed partners. What are you doing to promote your excellent business in countries where you do not have partners, where you haven't found partners? Are you also trying to acquire, let's say, Western hotels who are trying or making an effort to comply with Muslim standards?
I'll take the second question as well. Yes.
Give her the microphone.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nasneem, and I'm here on behalf of an organisation, a company called Andalusian Roots. We do tours in the region of Andalusia in Spain, and one of my questions is that the tours that we specialise in are educational tours, and we found that Andalusia isn't specifically a halal-friendly region. It's in Europe. There aren't many halal services in that area. However, the region is frequently visited by Muslims. One of the reasons why is that a lot of them are coming for the purpose of travel and for the purpose of education. And the tours that we specialise in have frequently been defined as a rihla, so people are coming for the purpose of education as opposed to coming for leisure or for other reasons. I wanted to know where you see this concept of a rihla, which has an Islamic definition in the travel industry, where you see this fitting within halal tourism. My second question is also, we work in Andalusia, we work in Spain quite a lot, and the companies in this region have been forced to become halal friendly because of the number of halal travellers that are coming there. So they're not specifically marketing to this region. What I want to know is, how important do you think the definition of halal tourism is for non-Muslim countries, and for them to be able to tap into this market and benefit from it on an economic basis, really?
So in fact, three questions. Mr. Bahardeen first.
Yeah. So I think the second question is pretty related to what you were asking. We do a lot of work with non-Muslim countries, tourism boards, and there is now a major awareness among the non-Muslim countries to look at the Muslim travel sector as an important sector. So as I said, the real issue with most of these destinations are they do not understand what the Muslims are, in terms of how to cater to the Muslim market. So I think it's a matter of time. Even, as I mentioned, even places like Japan that you wouldn't imagine a few years ago would be targeting the Muslim customers are now doing it. It's a matter of time that all these people will start understanding what the needs are and start catering to them. And what we have done from our side is, before I do that, and I keep saying this, really, the non-Muslim countries are far behind understanding the Muslim travel requirements. The reality is that they take a lot of things for granted and think that everything is okay here. All the facilities are there, and the reality is that it's a matter of time. You'll have a better halal holiday is not what I want to say, but halal-friendly experience in faraway New Zealand than probably in a Muslim country. It's a matter of time, because they are understanding the requirements far better than what the Muslim countries are doing. So what we have done is that you cannot go to a non-Muslim country and come up with 25 requirements, or this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. It doesn't work like that. So what we have done is try and simplify the understanding from their point of view, which is what we have tried and categorize into three categories. These are the most important things. Focus on these things. If you have some more time, do this. If you really have time, you have segregated beaches in New Zealand, which is not going to happen, by the way. So you need to make it simpler for them to understand, and they are being. I've worked in many non-Muslim countries, in terms of giving them the understanding, and it's a matter of time. Even Spain will probably do a better job than any other countries. It's a matter of time. And coming back to your I think there's a huge, especially from the second, third generation Muslims, especially in this part of the world, to rediscover heritage, the Islamic heritage. And there is a huge opportunity. I keep saying that there's a huge opportunity to try and exploit that opportunity. There is a huge eagerness from the young, especially the young Muslims, to rediscover their heritage, whether it's Spain, whether it's India, wherever they are. So I think, I really don't think we should go into the discussion of, can we define halal travel? What is halal travel? I think it's in my opinion, of course, we can all have different opinions. It's really unnecessary. And at the end of the day, it's about a market segment. This market, it's marketing 101. A market segment wants a certain set of needs. You just focus on providing those needs. You really don't have to come up with and I have seen 25 such definitions by different organizations. Halal travel is this. Sharia compliant travel is this. I think, in my opinion, we are wasting our time doing that.
Thank you. First, brother's answer about the partnership in different countries. We do have B2B programs, affiliate programs, and as a Crescent Tours, we provide online booking service for our hotels, resorts, and we have travel agencies in the UK and outside of the UK working with us. It's just simple. On our website, there is an affiliate program. If you click on that, there's all the information, and you just submit your proposal, and then we review, and you're becoming our affiliates. We do have many travel agencies here in the UK working with us as a tour operator or travel agency using our booking system. And the system question, yes, I agree with Mr. Bahardeen, but there are even some non-Muslim countries where they are doing much better than Muslim countries in terms of welcoming Muslim tourists. For instance, we work with Malta, which is a very conservative Catholic country, where they have many private villas, which is suitable for us, for our customers. And we met with their tourism office with regard to halal food, because it's a non-Muslim country, and when the Muslim traveler is there, it's very difficult to get halal food. And they invited us to Malta, and they provided some certificates, halal food certificates for some restaurants, and they do cater for our guests with the delivery service, and we put a list of the halal restaurants when we go in such place. I'm sure it is available in Spain as well. And we are thinking to expand to Spain as a heritage tours. As I mentioned, there is a fifth category of there's a tailor-made heritage tours, which is not a popular category among our other products, but it is something we're thinking to expand to Spain as well.
Okay, I can take just one question. If these speakers can be respond within a minute, then this brother. Yeah, quickly.
What are the services open to countries and destinations that want to embark on the halal nation branding process?
Sorry, I need a little bit more.
So, for instance, there are some certain steps that a country can take in order, or a destination can take in order to become more halal friendly.
For travelers, for tourists.
Travelers,
Okay.
Yeah. I just want to know what, for instance, if a destination wants to, or if a nation wants to go through that process of rebranding itself for halal tourism, what kind of services or organizations are there to give them that support?
Right. I think before they rebrand, this is some of the work that we do before they start rebranding. I think it's better to understand what the capabilities they have. I think, as I said, it's the same thing. At the end of the day, it's about food. Food is a non-negotiable thing when it comes to Muslim travelers. It's about having food in places which are, or where the tourists are going. One, two, it has to be identifiable. I keep saying this. If you're in Paris, you know where to go for halal food. But if I come to Paris, I don't know Paris, even if there is a halal food next door to me, if it's not identifiable, really, there's no way that I'm going to. So my message to the destinations is that you need to have halal food, but that's not enough. It has to be identifiable, either with a assured logo or something, And number two, coming back to what we do, it's about prayer facilities. You need to have prayer facilities and take the pain away from us of being a gymnast. I mean, it's a reality. I keep saying this. Sometimes I'm forced to go to a disabled toilet. By the time you come out, you are disabled actually. Yeah. You see, I think for me, these are the two fundamental things in terms of destinations. They have to try and cater to the food and prayer facilities across the most important hotspots of the travel experience. Beyond that, of course, in terms of the water and all that. Beyond that, it's up to you in order to develop whether you want to develop and go into develop non-alcohol hotels or beach resorts like Turkey is probably the leader in that. Beach resorts which are rivers which gives privacy and all that. So these are important, but for me, way beyond that, these two are the most important factors before you start rebranding the destination.
Cebi, lastly.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time because even those restaurants say we are halal restaurants. We are not sure. I mean, because in some countries there is no halal certificate, and if there are, I mean, you're not sure how good they are. I mean, are they recognized halal certificates or what? Even in Turkey, in Muslim countries, if you ask a restaurant, is it halal, or they can get everything is halal in this country. But so we just check the hotels itself and our resorts. We say resorts, everything within the hotel premises, the food in terms of food are halal because they have food halal certificates. But outside of the hotels, we can't guarantee. I mean, we say it's own precaution.
Thank you very much. I think that's what we have the time for. And I don't know about you, but I learned quite a lot, and hopefully you have learned something. And it's a big business, good discussion, and it should continue.